Hey there, warriors and go getters. Welcome back to Wounds to Wisdom, the place where you turn life's toughest battles into your biggest blessings. I'm your host at Soylyn, that's Soylyn. And today we're diving deep into a journey of finding grace in the grind. That's right, I entitled this one Grace in the Grind. This one is for anyone out there who feels the weight of the world on their shoulders but still wakes up every morning ready to fight for their dreams. So buckle up, because I'm about to get real with you, and it's gonna get real good. So I'm gonna start off by saying, people often talk about the grind like it's some kind of glamorous thing. I'll be the first one to tell you it's not. Okay? There's nothing glamorous about working 2 jobs, running a business, and being a single mom all the time. Yes, I'm talking about myself. Yeah. The grind, it's gritty and it's exhausting. It's waking up before the sun and staying up long after everyone else has gone to bed. I know my moms out there, you're feeling this one, and you're feeling it heavy, because nothing is better than that after bedtime one-on-one with yourself and with the Lord. Nothing. It's pushing through even when your body is begging you to rest. I've been there and I'm still there, living the grind every single day. Okay, so you're not alone. And just when I thought I couldn't add another thing to my plate, coming from the last episode, life through a divorce. Yeah, it hit hard. It felt like the ground beneath me was giving way, and I was free falling into a space where everything was uncertain. I was already grinding, but it felt like I was grinding through a glass. Imagine that, trying to keep it together while everything around me was falling apart. My last episode I talked about me getting married early and having to be a single mom at the time. It was one of the toughest experiences of my life. I don't know if y'all can relate, but imagine walking through the scrutiny of others and feeling, embarrassed that, you thought what would work just didn't work. And how do you brush or shrug, the embarrassment off? But I had to find grace in all of that. And finding grace was me spending that one-on-one time with myself and that one-on-one time with God. After going through repentance, after going through moments where I had to forgive myself for the thoughts that I had, conjured up, for feeling sad about situations and, just how hard I was on myself. I had to find grace in that. It wasn't easy, but I had to overcome it. But even in the grind, I found something. You see, it wasn't just about pushing harder or working more. It was about finding grace in the middle of chaos. And I'm not talking about grace as some pretty little word. I'm talking about God's grace. His strength that shows up right when you think you have nothing left to give. It's about learning how to cope with all the challenges and the changes while keeping, my spiritual and mental health intact. It wasn't easy going through, all those obstacles and hurdles. I had to learn to say no to some things and yes to the things that would fill me up. I had to embrace that the grind doesn't always mean go, go, go. Sometimes it means knowing when to pause, to pray, and to take a breath. I had to fight to maintain my spiritual health, finding peace in God's promises. Yes, He promises and He fulfills. And work on my mental wellness, learning to give myself grace for not always having it all together. Like I said earlier, I just couldn't find my way, but I had to give myself grace. So here I am, still grinding, still growing, and still finding grace in places where I never thought I'd find it. Through every setbacks, every long night, and every difficult day, I'm learning to see the beauty in the struggle and the lessons in the pain. Because my gentle people, grace isn't about being perfect. It's about finding God's hand in every imperfect moment. I'm gonna let that one sit for a minute. Grace isn't about being perfect. It's about finding God's hand in every imperfect moment. Like, God is not looking for us to be so wholesome. He wants us to give Him that glory. And when we are in those moments where we feel like we have drifted too far away, He is still there. He is still there to remember us. And you have to find grace in coming back and, wipe away the embarrassment and just ask God to do a new thing in your life. And you know what? The journey is just getting started. Travailing in episode 1, now into episode 2, going into episode 3. I'm going to take you even deeper into how I'm learning to balance it all, holding on to my faith and continuing to find grace, even when life is grinding me down. There's so much more to share, and trust me, you don't want to miss it. I'm going to end it right here for y'all, just giving you a little taste of what we're about to get into. But until next time, I want to encourage you to keep pushing, keep praying, and keep finding grace in your grinds. You're not just surviving, but you're thriving, and every wound is shaping you into something stronger. So stay tuned, stay blessed, and keep turning your trials into triumphs. Don't forget to follow me on all social media platforms at Soy Lynn, and I'll see you next time.